So when you think about the future of robotics, you're probably picturing a single, super intelligent machine, right? Something like the Terminator or C-3PO. But what if the real future isn't one hyper-smart robot, but a billion really, really dumb ones?
Okay, here's a fact that might make you a little uncomfortable. The most intelligent, complex structures on this entire planet were built by, well, idiots. I am talking about termite mounds. These things are absolute engineering marvels. I mean, they've got built-in air conditioning, complex arches, the works. And yet a single termite, it's blind, it's pretty much helpless, and it has absolutely no idea what it's built. So that begs the question, right? Who is the architect? If there's no blueprint, no foreman, no manager, who's telling a million tiny, blind insects how to build a skyscraper? The intelligence has to be coming from somewhere. And the answer, it turns out, is way stranger than just having a single lead.
We're going to call this puzzle the architect paradox. It's this wild idea of a super intelligence that exists between all the individuals, not inside any one of them. And it's this kind of ghost in the machine that roboticists are now trying to capture and build themselves. Now, to solve this paradox, the first thing we have to do is get our heads around something called the illusion of complexity. See, we humans, we assume that complex results have to come from complex plans, but that's exactly where we've been getting it wrong.
The big breakthrough on this actually came way back in the 1980s. There was a programmer, Craig Reynolds, and he wanted to simulate a flock of birds on a computer. But instead of programming a leader bird or some master flight path for the group, he gave each individual bird, or Boyd as he called them, just 3 incredibly simple rules to follow.
And here are the rules. That's it. Seriously. Rule 1, don't crash into the guy next to you. Rule 2, try to fly in the same general direction as the guy next to you. And Rule 3, don't stray too far from the group. No, fly south for the winter. No, form a V shape. Just these 3 local, almost toddler-level instructions, and when he hit run, something absolutely amazing happened.
The dots flocked. They swirled and they reformed around obstacles, just like a real flock of birds or a school of fish. The complex, beautiful behavior of the flock wasn't actually programmed into the simulation at all. It just emerged from all those simple, local interactions. This is the core idea of emergence.
But, okay, it gets even weirder. What if you don't even need those simple rules? What if intelligence can be baked directly into physics with 0 programming required? This is a concept called embodied intelligence. And what researchers found is that the literal physical shape of a robot can actually force it to behave in a specific intelligent way. Imagine a bunch of gears that are shaped so they can only interlock and turn together in one specific direction. Physics gives them no other choice. The intelligence isn't on a microchip, it's literally in the body itself.
And this brings us right back to our termites. The system they use is called Stigmergy. You can think of it as a way of communicating just by changing the world around you. So, one termite drops a little mud ball that has a chemical, a pheromone in it. Another termite comes along, smells it, and that tells it to add its own mud ball right there. The environment itself becomes the blueprint. It's the shared memory of the whole swarm.
And listen, this is not just some weird theory about bugs. At Harvard, the Termes robots do exactly this. They are simple little bots that follow one rule. If you see this pattern of bricks, add your brick to make the next pattern. You can literally just turn them on, go to lunch, and come back to find a staircase they've built. And get this, if you kick it over, they don't panic, they don't even know you did it, they just see the new pattern of bricks and start repairing it.
So that's the theory. But what happens when we unleash this kind of power on the real world? Well, the applications are pretty profound, and they definitely cut both ways, from saving lives to, well, ending them. Let's start with the positive. Search and rescue. Right now, after something like an earthquake, we might send in one really expensive, complex robot. But if that one robot gets stuck or breaks, the mission is over. It's what's called a single point of failure.
Okay, now check out MIT's lightning bugs. These are tiny, cheap, totally disposable drones. They don't use Wi-Fi or GPS, they communicate with light. So one bot finds a survivor, and its light just changes color. The other bots see that, and this wave of light ripples through the whole swarm, basically creating a giant glowing arrow pointing to the survivor. The strategy isn't searching the rubble anymore, it's flooding it. You can lose half the swarm and it literally doesn't matter.
But if you can flood a collapsed building to find someone, you can also flood a city block to do the exact opposite. And this is where the technology takes a much, much darker turn.
Welcome to DARPA's Offset program. Here, a single soldier can command a swarm of 250 drones. They all share a hive mind on a mesh network. If you manage to shoot one down, the network instantly just heals itself and promotes a new drone to take its place. It's the ultimate Hydra. They can autonomously flank enemies, identify targets, and secure entire city blocks. You can't trick a swarm that relies on simple rules, and you can't decapitate a command structure that doesn't exist.
So where does all this leave us? We started by looking at termites and thinking they were simple. But maybe we were the ones who were confused about what intelligence really is all along.
We spent decades trying to build robots in our own image, solitary, complex, with a big brain. But nature has been showing us all along that the real power is in the collective. Swarm Robotics is forcing us to completely rethink what intelligence even means. It's shifting from this idea of a single, complicated brain to something that just emerges from simple connections.
And that paints a really different picture of the future we're heading towards, doesn't it? The most advanced robots won't be these clunky humanoid figures. Now, they'll be like a cloud of dust, or a shimmer of light, or a flow of water. They'll be everywhere and nowhere, building our cities and maybe healing our bodies. And no single one of them will ever even know it's happening.
Which I guess leaves us with one last question to chew on. Is intelligence really about the complicated, messy process of thinking that happens inside one mind? Or is it something far simpler, something that just emerges from the act of connection itself?